Ever since Witch Queen dropped, the Exotic Glaives have always been mocked at for being some of the worst weapons in the entire game, and yet their abilities have always seemed so unique that I can't imagine them being wasted. And as it turns out, we never even used these things right in the first place. So to answer our question, are the Exotic Glaives usable now? Oh yeah, you just need to set yourself up first. Let's jump right into it. The first couple of mods you're going to need to make this work is Lucent Blade. This is the most essential mod to these weapons, as it turns the high cost to activate the perk from 5 shots straight down to 3 shots. It's literally free energy.
I can get more energy for free?
Yup, just like that. You should also stack a holster mod that matches your element so you can have the utility of the perk reload for you so you don't have to suffer through the animation mid-combat.
Sounds nice!
It sure does. How about we get right into the specifics of these exotic traits and exactly how they work so we know how to use them. First thing to note, the magazines on these glaives vary as well as their archetype. The Solar Warlock glaive is a high impact, the Void Titan glaive is an adaptive, and the Arc Hunter glaive is a rapid fire. The Arc glaive was the only one that can activate the perk in the same magazine as the one it gained the perk from before we had Lucent Blade, but now we can apply this to all 3 of them. A good thing to mention is that every glaive in the game has a pass-through and a shield stat. Pass-through means you can hit multiple targets with a single attack, and our shield stat is based on duration. And in PvE, it's a complete 100% damage resistance, but in PvP it's much less, so don't expect to survive a direct rocket. Specific traits and perks for our weapons include the Arc Edge of Concurrence being able to fire a tracking high damage arc blast, and this thing hits as hard as a rocket. If you really want to, you can use this as a backup source of high damage to either stun or in super rare cases, DPS a high health enemy. In PvP, you could shoot it at the ground and have it track and kill someone for an easy one-shot. For our Solar Edge of Intent, we summon a healing turret. Now, the few who use this confuse themselves thinking that the player taking damage or with the lowest health takes priority. But instead, this turret works off of proximity. If someone is in need of healing, you can throw this guy down to get heals off to them, or closer to yourself so you can get stuff a little healer warlock into the space of a stasis turret. And for our Void Edge of Action, I actually just made a whole video regarding how defensive this exotic truly is, as it shoots out a small ward of dawn with a full overshielded side. Not one that slowly recharges like the Bastion aspect, but a full overshield that persists when you exit the bubble. If you want to go check it out, feel free to click the corner to go take a look. So if only these couple of mods can completely change the way that these glaives function, why don't we see them more often? We have consistent cover, overshields, multiple healing turrets, and even a focused damage option. We could say the players simply forgot about these exotics as they never really served a purpose or were just too hard to use at the time. More players won't even consider using a glaive in nearly any content at all since it's too high risk to use one. But that's just the thing with these exotics. It removes a lot of that risk. Lucent Blade simply gives back more shield energy whenever you land a shot. Is that really all these exotics needed? I believe so. And if you still have these guys collecting dust in your vault, bring them out again. They're definitely worth using now since you have both Lucent Blade and holster mods. They're truly a fix to a lot of the pain that these exotics used to carry. And if you're feeling it, go ahead and bring out one of your melee exotics. They work with exotic glaives, necrotic grips, syntheseps, you name it. You can pair it with these exotics perfectly fine and get a massive benefit. Be sure to like the video if you liked it and subscribe as it really helps me out. Comment down below if you think there's an exotic that's underperforming right now and I might make a build on it. Never limit your creativity. And I'll see you all whenever I decide to upload again. Yeah.